Hey, I'm Chris Peterson. Welcome to Checkup Prep, your informational video series based on your child's well visit. Probably not a conversation we should be having here at the library. So let's do this. You watch the disclaimer clip, I'll meet you back at the office. Perfect. See you there. While I am a board-certified pediatrician licensed to practice medicine in the state of New Hampshire, this video is meant to be informational only, not an attempt to practice medicine, nor to be diagnostic. It is meant to be used in conjunction with your child's well care visits. Welcome to your 4-month checkup prep visit. Let's start off talking about feeding. If you're nursing your baby, we'd expect you to be nursing still probably 5 to 8 times a day. Still go with the vitamin D supplements, giving your baby vitamin D supplements once a day. Formula-fed babies, different story this time around. 3 to 4 ounces every 3 to 4 hours, so more volume. And we're starting to think about introducing some solids. And so taking some infant cereal, rice cereal is typically what we would start with, put a little bit into a bowl, add some formula to that, mix it up. You don't want it lumpy, you don't want it runny, but something you can get up onto a spoon. Don't make a lot the first couple of times because your baby's going to tongue thrust it back out. Attractive, huh? But once it gets used to taking the solid foods, then it'll take it like you can't believe. And so we want about 1/2 cup through the whole day. And so you could do 2 1/4 cups, or my math teacher's going to love this, or 1/3 of 1/2 cup 3 times a day. I know, 1/6 of a cup. Making sure we're watching for choking. One of the problems with the human body is that our airway and our esophagus are neighbors right next to each other. Anybody that eats or drinks can choke. So making sure we're staying close to your baby, not bottle propping your baby, not feeding it and walking away and letting it chew or swallow when we're not watching. I don't want to scare you, but choking is definitely a risk. So exciting stuff to start with some infant cereals. Once we're doing well with the infant cereals, then you can start some pureed foods, stage 1 foods, if you will, finely pureed if you're making your own. So give the infant cereal maybe at bookends of the day, 1/4 cup in the morning, 1/4 cup in the evening, once they're doing well with it, and then add some stage 1 foods to that, and even maybe a lunchtime stage 1 foods jar only. They'll let you know when they're done. Don't worry about overfeeding them, they'll just puke, but typically at 4 months of age, they'll close their mouth, turn their head, maybe even start pushing it away with the hand when they're full. So just watch your baby. It'll let you know when it's full. Let's talk about development for a 4-month-old. At this point, your baby's going to be talking to you, giving you coos while you listen, and then you give it coos while it listens, kind of the back and forth, the very beginning parts of communication. Exciting stuff. Should be smiling and laughing and squealing at you as well. From a gross motor standpoint, put your baby on its belly. It should be able to push itself up and get its head and be able to look around. Not a lot of babies like belly time. I don't know that I would want to be like this all the time either. But putting your baby on its belly for times so that it can strengthen is helpful. Get down on the ground with your baby and play with it. Allow it to get that upper body strength. It should be able to control its head fairly well. Should be able to sit pretty well and keep that head stiff. On occasion, it may wobble around a little bit, but it shouldn't be like it was at 2 months of age. Should be getting better and better head control. From a fine motor standpoint, should be opening the hands, reaching out and grabbing things purposefully. And so this puts your baby at risk. Right now it can reach out and grab something, put it into its mouth, reach up and pull something down on itself, get entrapped in something. So now the ante is up. We need to really start thinking about childproofing as well. As your baby becomes more and more developed, the risks of getting into things certainly increase as well. So we want to make sure we stay ahead of that. The idea of childproofing, of course, is to be proactive, not reactive. Oh my gosh, it got into something isn't what we want. Geez, what can it get into? So I know we're talking about development, but just from a safety standpoint, get down on your hands and knees, look around the room at your baby's view, making sure there's not things that it can get into, because mobility is coming soon. And so that really increases the risk for sure. Final piece for development socially, should be able to recognize your voice. We know that babies, even earlier than 4 months of age, will turn their head more to their parent's voice than to someone who's a non-parent. But at this point, as you walk into the room, it should be able to hear your voice and turn and look towards you, know that it's you that's coming up. Real exciting stuff. Safety, switch gears back to that. From a home environment, again, the water temperature, making sure that's not too hot. Smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, secondhand smoke. Please quit if you're a smoker, for your baby and for your health. Pull down risks, we talked about that. The coffee cup risk, baby sitting on your lap, reaches up, grabs your coffee cup, pulls it down on top of himself and gets a scald injury. Definitely not what we want. So being careful of those little hands and what they can get to. Other things, cigarettes, small objects that are around, siblings' toys. So I recommend folks take an old toilet paper tube and give it to their siblings, to the baby siblings, and have them decorate it. Make that your toy tester. And so hopefully the idea here is you're not going to be punishing them. You can't have your toys down here. This is where the baby is. Instead, they're going to feel enabled, like they're helping the baby. I'm going to take my toy tester, Mommy, and I'm going to push all the toys through. And Daddy, if it gets through, I have to have it on the other side of the gate. If it doesn't get through, I get to play with the toy with my baby. And so doing that hopefully will get your older child to come into the child-proofing frame and help you guys child-proof as well. Still want to avoid sun exposure, bug exposure as well. Sunscreen, not yet. Bug spray, not yet. SIDS safety. SIDS risk is decreasing, but it's definitely still there. Still 4 things that you guys can do to decrease the risk for SIDS for your baby. On an approved mattress, on its back still, no smokers in your bedroom, clean sleep space, no blankets, no pillows, no bumpers, no stuffed animals, just your baby. Don't co-sleep. Biggest risk for SIDS is co-sleeping, and that's bringing your baby into your sleep space and sleeping with it. That mattress is just too soft, and we definitely don't want a SIDS accident. Last thing is the car seat. I've said this before, 35,000 Americans get killed every year in car crashes. So doing what we can to mitigate that risk for your child is important. And at this age, 5-point restraint, rear-facing car seat, back seat. Those are the things that we can do to bring that risk down as low as we can. Last thing, activities. Things your baby's gonna like. Interactive stuff now. It's exciting. Playing patty cake with them, peekaboo. People sometimes ask me, Chris, what's the best toy that I can play with my baby with? It's the one you'll play with them with. It doesn't have to be electronic or have lights or flashing or sounds. It just has to have you attached to it. A dirty sock would be great. Your baby just wants you to play with it. Talk with your baby, sing with your baby, start reading books with your baby. No, not a novel, but something easy. Your baby's going to enjoy being read to. Explore smells and touches. Help explain your child's environment. This rug is really soft. That wall is really blue. Grandma smells really nice. Those kinds of things. Hugging, kissing, cuddling. Your baby can't get enough of it. And hopefully neither can you. I hope you're enjoying your baby. Make sure you still take time for yourself though. Take time for your spouse. Keep that relationship good. We need you guys together. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Hopefully your baby is sleeping longer periods of time now, and hopefully you can sleep as well. If your baby isn't sleeping longer periods of time, please talk to your provider about that. Get your baby to sleep, get you to sleep. I once suggested to a mom that she would be a better mother if she slept. She said, nah, Chris, be the same mother, but maybe a better spouse. So sleep is going to be important for you as a human being. Still keep that calm, anxiety-free face, making sure your baby sees the world as a good, safe, fun place. We don't need to be anxious with the baby. If we are, your baby's just going to be anxious as well. So stay calm, stay centered, stay balanced, and enjoy your kid. Take care. Have a good time. We'll see you guys back at 6 months.